Welcome back to our channel. In our first episode, we talked about sustainability and how small environmental actions can make a big impact. Today, we're shifting focus from the planet to the people, and specifically to something that affects nearly everyone watching this: social media. Social media has changed the way we connect, share, and express ourselves. It gives us a voice, allows us to stay informed, and helps us feel part of a global community. But alongside its benefits, it also carries invisible effects, ones that can quietly shape our mental and emotional well being. In this episode, we'll explore how social media impacts mental health, why it matters, and what we can do to find balance in an increasingly digital world.
Let's start with how we got here. Over the past 2 decades, social media has evolved from simple chat platforms to massive ecosystems that influence culture, politics, and everyday life. In 2010, social media was mostly about staying in touch: Facebook for friends, Instagram for photos, and YouTube for entertainment. Fast forward to today, and social media has become a full time environment. As of 2025, more than 5 billion people use social media, spending an average of 2.5 hours per day scrolling, liking, sharing, and posting. That constant exposure affects the way we perceive the world and ourselves. Algorithms are designed to keep us engaged, showing us content that triggers emotions, comparison, or curiosity. While that keeps us entertained, it can also create a cycle of anxiety, distraction, and even dependence. Social media connects billions, but it can also isolate individuals behind screens. That paradox of being more connected yet feeling lonelier is one of the most powerful realities of the digital age.
Well, let's talk about how what that means for mental health. Research shows that social media can both help and harm our well-being depending on how it's used. On the positive side, platform gives people spaces to share their voices, support each other, and find communities, especially for those who might feel unheard in real life. Activism, creativity, and awareness campaigns have all thrived because of social media. But the negatives are equally strong. Constant comparison to perfect bodies, lifestyles, or achievements can create unrealistic expectations and lower self esteem. Studies from the World Health Organization and the American Physiological Association have found links between heavy social media usage and higher rates of anxiety, depression, and even sleep disruption. Another major factor is validation. Many people, especially teenagers, begin to tie their self worth to likes, follows, or views. And when those numbers drop, it can trigger feelings of rejection or failure. This can form a cycle where users keep posting, scrolling, and checking, not for joy, but for reassurance. Then there's information overload. Every minute, millions of posts and videos flood our feeds. That much input can overwhelm our minds, making it harder to focus, rest, or even think clearly. Social media isn't inherently harmful, but when used excessively or without awareness, it can quietly distort our emotions and mental balance.
Let's bring in some perspective. In 2023, a global study by UNICEF found that 46% of teenagers felt that social media made them anxious about their body image. Meanwhile, around 60% reported feeling pressure to appear perfect online. But interestingly, the same study also showed that more than 70% of young people use social media to seek motivation, inspirational, or emotional support. This shows that the issue isn't social media itself, it's how we use it and what role it plays in our lives. Even mental health organizations are adapting. Campaigns like hashtag Here For You and hashtag Mental Health Awareness Month use platforms such as Instagram and TikTok to promote mental health literacy. Many influencers and creators now discuss their own struggles, breaking stigma and encouraging open conversation. Social media has immense power. It can amplify negativity, but it can also spread empathy, kindness, and education. The challenge is to use that power consciously, not compulsively.
Finding a healthy balance starts with self awareness. Ask yourself, why am I using this app? How do I feel after spending time on it? Is scrolling leaves you anxious, unproductive, or restless? As a sign to pause. Simple habits can make a big difference. Try scheduling no screen hours, turning off unnecessary notifications, or setting time limits. Follow accounts that inspire positivity, learning, or creativity rather than comparison. Another great practice is digital detox. Taking short breaks from social media every week to reconnect with real life. When we step away from screens, we rediscover things like hobbies, nature, and genuine face to face connections. Remember, your worth isn't measured by engagement metrics, it's reflected in your actions, relationships, and the impact you make offline. Social media should support your well being, not control it.
This topic directly connects to several United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the most relevant being SDG 3, Good Health and Well-being, which promotes mental and physical health for all ages. Understanding how digital life influences mental health helps us protect our well-being in the modern world. It also aligns with SDG 4 quality education, since digital literacy, knowing how to use social media responsibly, is an essential skill for young people. Awareness about mental health and media influence should be part of each school's learning culture. Lastly, it relates to the SDG 10, reducing inequalities, because social media can either bridge or widen social gaps. Promoting safe, inclusive, and respectful online spaces helps create equality of voices and opportunity. These goals remind us that mental health and responsible media usage aren't isolated topics, they're global priorities shaping the future of communities everywhere.
From doing research for this episode, I've realized that social media isn't purely good or bad. It's a mirror of how we use it. When we engage mindfully, it becomes a tool for connection and learning. However, when we use it unconsciously, it can become a source of stress.
Exactly. I think the biggest lesson is that awareness is key. In order to recognize the emotions that social media triggers, you can control your usage instead of being controlled by it. I started turning off my phone before bed and noticed how much better I sleep and focus.
For me, this project has made me more intentional online. I've started following accounts that promote mental health, sustainability, and creativity instead of ones that push comparison or negativity. Social media should inspire growth, not insecurity.
Social media shapes our world, but we have the power to decide how it shapes us.
By understanding its effects and using it responsibly, we can protect our mental health and encourage healthier online cultures.
Thank you for watching this episode. If you found it helpful, share it with someone who might need to hear this message. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos about environmental, social, and economic issues.
Take care of your mind,
Take
take
care
care
of
of
your
each
mind.
other,
We'll see you
and we'll
in
see
the
you
next
in the next
episode.
episode.
Thank you.